You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah! Game time. What's happening? Yes, sir. Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Wild Out Wednesday. And oh boy, yes, sir, this is going to be one of them fun shows, man. At the expense of a ninja, but we're going to have fun today, man. Oh my gosh. And if you just saw me on Periscope, man, you know that I am tripping here today. Wait a minute. Bring it back. Yes, sir. I am tripping in here because at the expense of a ninja, we're going to have a lot of fun today, man. Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Wild Out Wednesday, August 12th, 2016. Yes, sir. And we got top fives for you, man. We got Gino Smith talk. I am most definitely going to sing for y'all today. Praise God. And Tree just dropped her head down into her lap Why you do that, Tree? Why'd you just drop your head down? That's okay. We don't want to know. I mean, you come in here with an attitude already today. But, I mean, the day is one of them days that I live for in sports talk and guy talk. In the industry, they call us a layup. Today is a layup day. I mean, it's easy. It's a layup because everybody in America is talking about this Gino Smith New York Jets story, so we'll do that. I got a good top 5 for you as well. Obviously, we'll talk NFL. There's some other little stories out there. Today is National Album Day. What's the first album you ever bought in your life? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there kind of like as a little side topic, a little Dougie Daily. What's the first album that you ever bought in your life? Yes, Tree?
Do you mean like a literal album?
A literal album. So somebody born before the age, born after like 1980, they probably can't even be included in this conversation today, this little side conversation. What's the first album, Wax, that you bought in your life, Tree? Can you remember?
I mean, I didn't have any money when albums were out, so That's why I ask you because. So you never bought an album, or you can't remember buying an album because during that time you were devoid of money. Yeah, I was.
I don't mean to laugh about that, about you being devoid of money to buy an album, Tree. I didn't mean that.
I was a child. I saw albums, but I did not.
Right, and you're younger than me.
One.
Right, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You're younger than me, so yeah. During your wheelhouse, it was more so cassettes. I came on like the end of the album era. The first album I bought was in 1980. I looked this up before the show. The first album I bought was in 1980. I was 11 years old in 1980, and that was Jimmy Spicer's Super Rhymes. You probably never even heard of it before, but it was like the biggest record in New York City in 1980. That's when rap, obviously 1980, that's the first year that rap really hit off. And this song, Super Rhymes by Jimmy Spicer, in New York for the summer, visiting my aunt. We always did that. My parents always sent us up there to kind of get a little bit of street sense about ourselves, I guess. And so in one of these summers, we were in New York City, and this song was the hottest song in the world. And we actually went out and got the, 33? 33 is the big one. 45 is the little one. Got the 33 of Jimmy Spicer's Super Rhymes. And I'll actually play that for y'all a little bit later today. Old school cats going to remember it. But once again, young school people, new jacks, they're not going to remember it at all. But this was probably my official, outside of Rapper's Delight, and I can't remember, maybe this came before Rapper's Delight or slightly after, but outside of Rapper's Delight, I mean, Super Rhymes by the great Jimmy Spicer was my favorite rap song of all time, or first ever favorite rap song of all time. All right, man, if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. What we do around here, man, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. is talk sports, guy talk, whatever dudes are talking about in America, what cats are talking about in the barbershop, that's what we do around here. And we do it better than anybody else in the world, shawty. Yes, we do. So we'll do that today. Briefly talk about National Album Day, but the big story is Gino Smith getting his jaw smashed by his teammate I.K. Impali, and I think that's the way you pronounce dude's name. As a matter of fact, the rest of the day, I'm not going to say his last name. I.K. Gino Smith, teammate I.K. Punched him in the jaw, broke his jaw in 2 places, and allegedly this all stems back from some money that Gino Smith owed this man for not honoring a commitment to his football camp. And allegedly, he paid $600 for a plane ticket and I guess lodging or whatever, and Gino had some tragedy happen in his life where his friend got killed in a motorcycle accident, so he didn't make it. And let me just say this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You can see the title of the show, Your Choice, My Money or Your Ass. And that's basically what it comes down to. But let me say this before we even get into the conversation, man. Everything we're going to talk about today concerning this story is really speculation. I mean, because we haven't heard from Gino Smith, and we haven't heard from IK and Polly at all. Ryan Clark, before we came on today, now an analyst with ESPN, NFL player for a long, long time, actually had a conversation with IK and gave, kind of like a reenactment or told a story, kind of like I thought that it went down. Gino owed him this money. Gino was playing him to the left, and he was tired of it, And so we're going to get into all of the facets, but everything we say, for the most part, let's just preface this show by saying this. Everything we say is, in effect, going to be speculation. Now, that being said, you know exactly what went down, right? I mean, we're giving you the details. The bottom line is some people in this world, in this country, they don't play about their money. It's as simple as that. And I know how much money you make, man. You're a second-round draft pick. This is like one of the first early conversations about this. And I'm IK speaking right now. Everybody in the world know how much money you make, man. You're the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. You might suck, but you're the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. You were drafted in the second round. Hell, they print your salary in the newspaper, ninja. Can you just give me my money? Gino probably was like, man, just back up off me. It probably was real jokey at the beginning. Go ahead, man. I'll give you your money. It's kind of like that scene from Menace to Society at the beginning when Samuel Jackson was like, you got my money? And the dude played him to the left. Man, I ain't got your money. Don't worry about that. I got you. You know I got it. I'm good for it. And that probably went on and on and on and on and on. And Gino finally, said the wrong thing, and dude and was tired of it, and he punched him straight in the jaw. And the rest is history. Now, there's a lot more to the story that we can talk about. And one thing in particular I'm going to talk about when we get back from the break is the difference between a sucker punch, getting stole on, and getting cold cocked. There's a differentiation between all three. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Many, many years ago, me and my brother had the same conversation on air. But I'm looking at the headline right now on the 4-letter network on ESPN.com, and they've got Gino Smith's sucker punch. He was not sucker punch. Let me just state that for the record. He was not sucker punch. I'll go into more details in the next segment. And also what this made me think of, this whole story, is the Jets and the fact that they're snake bit. They got possum luck. The Jets absolutely have possum luck. The Jets suck. And it seems like whenever they're about to turn the corner and whenever there's some light at the end of the tunnel, and then a freight train comes and runs them over. And this is another example of this. So, what I think we're going to talk about today, not what I think, what I know we're going to talk about today, I'm going to give you the top 5 most unlucky sports franchises / teams in America. That's what we're going to do today. That's a little side topic. The top 5 unluckiest franchises in sports in America. That's what we're going to talk about today on the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, when we get back, I'm going to explain to you the difference, the subtle differences between getting sucker punched and getting stole on and getting cold cocked. I think this falls under the category of getting cold cocked, but not a sucker punch. It doesn't. So we're going to talk about that. We'll also talk about this story a little bit more, and I'll give you the number 5 team on my list of top 5 unluckiest teams in sports, all right? Sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it, and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's Stu for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, it's my money. I want it. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, man. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The altercation in the New York Jets locker room that ended with quarterback Gino Smith suffering a broken jaw began as a dispute over $600. He's going to miss 6 to 10 weeks. He really cracked them one. And it just goes back to the whole conversation about the Jets. I was really, for the most part, kind of looking forward to seeing what Geno Smith had done and worked on over the summer, because I thought that he had flashes where he looked really good in his first, years in the NFL. And obviously he had a lot of times where he looked very, very bad, but I saw some NFL quarterback throws that this guy made. You would think that he knew that he was on the clock and he has to get it done, somewhat on the hot seat, and so he worked on some things. And, he's a veteran now. He's been in the league a couple of years, and so I was looking forward to seeing the young man could get out there and do some things. But that's all been dashed now. He's going to miss 6 to 10 weeks, broken jaw, punched in the face by I.K. Impali. In Impali. That's the last time. I promise you that's the last time I'm going to say that dude's name. And so he's going to be out, man, and it's just the same old Jets. It's the same old Jets. So today on the show, man, we're going to talk about the top 5 unluckiest sports franchises in sports history. Coming in at number 5 on my list, man, and I know a lot of people are not going to like this because I live in this city, but coming in at number 5 on this list, man, is the Atlanta Braves. Yes. Now, and it's kind of contradicting because the Braves, and I'm doing this because my list basically is comprised of teams that have had, not necessarily they've been bad record-wise, but they've had a lot of bad things happen to them on a national stage in the spotlight, like repeated losses in championship games or players hurt. And it seems like always there's something that happens to said team that stops them from achieving their ultimate goal. Now, the Braves, obviously, about the Braves, they were dominant in the 90s. What did they win, like 14 pennants or something crazy like that? They went to 5 World Series, though, and only won 1. The Braves went to 5 World Series throughout that great run and only won 1 World Championship. Not only that, if you go back to the Braves, you can kind of add a little bit into the conversation about the Braves, about record and win-loss. The Braves, before that run, before Bobby Cox's second tenure as the head coach or manager of the team, the Braves sucked. I mean, the Braves sucked for a long, long time. They did, man. And during the days of Big Fat Bob Horner and all of those guys, man, the Braves suck. And they were on TV, and so they were on TBS, and, you know, you got to see them on Turner, and being from the South, that's all that we saw. And the Braves were just horrible for a long, long time. Tremendous run with all the pennants for all those years in the 90s. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they're kind of like the Buffalo Bills of baseball, where they only won one World Series through that tremendous run. And then they had the best pitching in the game. They had the best pitching in the game forever. You talk about Smoltz, Glavine, and maybe you can even throw in Avery as well, Maddox and those guys. And usually that's the formula to winning, and it got them there. Obviously, with going there 5 times to the World Series, but it wasn't enough to win more rings, man. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's all about the rings. And whenever we get in that conversation about the Braves, and is it all about the wins or is it about the rings, people always bring up the Florida Marlins. I mean, the Marlins just came on the scene about 20 years ago. They got 2 World Series championships. The Braves only got 1. And that's terrible, man. So the Braves coming in at number 5 on my list of top 5 unluckiest sports teams / franchises of all times. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. A lot of conversation about Gino, and I think even head coach Todd Bowen said the same thing at the onset of this thing, that Gino got sucker punched. Bowles came on the first interview that he did in responding to this after they cut IK. He said he got sucker punched. No, he did not get sucker punched. Okay, sucker punch to me, where I'm from, sucker punched is when you had no clue at all that you were about to get hit. Okay? That's sucker punch, when it just comes from nowhere. When you don't have a beef with a dude and you get punched by said dude. That's getting sucker punched. If you've been having an ongoing, let's just say, discussion or an ongoing dispute with a dude for the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, what have you, whatever the situation is, if you've been having an ongoing dispute and he gets in your space to the degree where he throws a punch at you, it can land, then that's not getting sucker punched. You just got into a fight and he got off the first shot. It's as simple as that. That's exactly what it is. Common courtesy, I guess, in the ethics of a pre-fight on the street, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, are that if we got a dispute, I should not let you into my personal space because of what you might do, because of the ongoing beef that we got. And so if that was the case, and this guy IK and Gino have been going back and forth about this money over these couple of weeks or months or whatever, and Gino let dude get into his space, that's a Gino Smith problem. He didn't get sucker punched. Now, getting stole on is when there's a tenuous situation, and I'm speaking scientifically here, is when there's a tenuous situation, usually a group of people, and someone comes from nowhere and brings it back from the heavens and swings on you, then that's getting stole on. Getting stole on to me is kind of like, this is, once again, a tension-filled situation. There's a lot of people around. There's a group of people, and this cat comes from nowhere, and he steals on me. Somebody I don't even know, but somebody sympathetic to the opposition swings on me. That's getting stolen on, all right? So there's levels to this thing of stealing on a guy, on cold cocking a guy. I think you can say he technically got cold cocked. I think that falls under that banner. But he did not get sucker punched. I mean, not where I'm from. I don't know. Maybe it's different from where y'all from. But if we got beef, I need to expect that at some point you're going to swing on me. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, if I get to a level where I know we are going to fight at some point, then I'm going to do my best to get off the first shot. It's as simple as that, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We're going to talk about some birthdays in the next segment quickly, and we'll get back to your conversation. Let me go ahead and read some of your chat, man. We got early chat, man, from Encyclopedia Brown. I bet a ninja was yelling, bet you won't hit him, bet you won't hit him. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yes. Matter of fact, let me stop. Back up. No, I don't believe that's the case. We're trying to be funny here, and that's an excellent post from Encyclopedia Brown. And you can go to the Doug Stewart Show on Spreaker.com, hit the little follow button, follow the show, and then hit the little chat button, and then bam, you're introduced to a whole new world of sports chat, the Stewies I call them. And you post your thoughts, and I read them, like I'm doing right now. Encyclopedia Brown says, I bet a ninja was yelling, bet you won't hit him. These are grown men. I don't want to believe that grown men on a professional team, sports team, that somebody in the background was yelling, I bet you won't hit him. This ain't the 6th grade. I think the comments from the background, bet you won't hit him, probably stopped, like in the 8th grade. I don't even think that happened in high school, where Ninja was in the background screaming about, I bet you won't hit him. That is hilarious. Yes, Tree?
Except you admitted a few weeks ago that you and your brother have moves right now, today, that you would use on somebody. So why is that not believable that grown-ass men are in the background?
Yeah, that's different, though. That comes under a different conversation.
Same thing.
Me and my brother do have moves. We have tag team moves. But that's
you're admitting it again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean admitting to it? You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Me and my brother have tag team moves that we developed when we were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. We didn't forget the tag team moves, Tree. And if you're new to the show, that voice you heard was my producer, the Tree of Life. Something's wrong with your microphone today, too. We got to look at that. But, yeah, we developed some tag team moves, like we were the Road Warriors when we were, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Speaking of which, man, and I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the show, but this Gino Smith thing is big, and it kind of, overwhelmed my thought process. Congratulations to my little Bubba, man. He had his daughter yesterday. Or his wife did. Oh, Morgan Sarah Marie, or either Marie Sarah, but I think it's Morgan Sarah Marie Stewart, has come to the world yesterday, man, August 11th, 2015. Praise God. Had all the fingers and toes. Yes, sir. All the fingers and the toes. And so that's Ryan's 3rd kid, man. Mother and baby are healthy and doing fine. Once again, all the fingers and the toes. You can't ask for much more than that, man. You just cannot ask for much more than that. Praise God. Yes. Congratulations. Yes, sir. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't think a dude was in the background screaming about, bet you won't hit him. Now, that's funny. That might be the post of the week right there. All right, so when we get back from the break, we'll quickly talk about some birthdays. I'll read more of your chat. I've got a selection in my mind that I'm going to sing to you today, so stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, I'm an accomplished singer. I've been doing this for many, 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 many weeks now. And so today, I'm probably going to sing something for y'all, man, and it's a little out of the box, from my repertoire, what I normally do and what I perform. But I'm going to go for it today, man. Y'all want me to sing, so I will sing, shawty. That's what I will do. Yes, sir. More Gino Smith talk, more your chat, more your thoughts about it, Gino Smith and all of that. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Let's face it, the metro Atlanta area is a great place to live, but like most major cities, it has a huge crime problem. Doug Stewart here to tell you about the team of security experts at Strickland Security and Safety Solutions. Strickland Security is an Atlanta-based security company, and whether you need an alarm system installed in your home or business or your current alarm system needs to be repaired, Strickland Security is the solution. Do you need to install or repair an existing camera system in your home or business? Again, Strickland Security is the solution. The management team at Strickland Security has a combined 55 years in the business of protecting people and property. They have certified and licensed technicians that can service all of your security needs. So, if you have crime issues or concerns in your neighborhood, you need to call the experts at Strickland Security. Invite these guys to your next neighborhood watch or homeowners association meeting and let them tell you about all of their security services. One more thing. Go to their website to see their new mobile solutions. They developed a smartphone app specifically for neighborhood crime and safety notifications. For more information, go to their website at StricklandSecurity.com or give them a call at 800-422-9075 and tell them that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
Rhymes faster than a speeding bullet. Has more rhymes than a train has tracks. Able to reach sucker MCs in a single rhyme. Look at the jam of the mic. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
No, I'm super rhyme.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
It's the
The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. And you hear in the background the first album that I ever bought in my life, the great Jimmy Spicer, Super Rhymes. Mixing records, running, go around with the hip it, the hop. You just don't stop. You rock to the beat and it makes you drop.
Yes, I'm one of a kind. I'm Super Rhymes and I'd like to say hello. And since I'm on the mic and I'm
okay, now the hip hop and the rap obviously back in 1980 was very elementary, but that's fine. This dude was the ish back in 1980. Hey, man, thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Talking about Gino Smith, getting your thoughts on that, man. And simply put, Gino owed this man money, and the guy didn't take too kindly to that. And the result was a punch in the jaw and broke Gino's jaw in 2 places. Really, really tragic if you're a Jets fan, because the Jets, they just like that dude don't like. They can't get right. I mean, the Jets absolutely cannot get right, and it seems like if something can go wrong, it will for the New York Jets, and this just adds on to that list. So today I'm talking about the top 5 unluckiest sports franchises of all time today on the Doug Stewart Show. That's what we're doing today. I'm also going to read a lot of your chat today and get your thoughts about this Gino Smith story, and we're talking about anything you want to get into today on the Doug Stewart Show. I'm probably going to sing a little bit later, so stay tuned for that. But obviously the conversation is dominated by this Gino Smith stuff, man. It's absolutely incredible. I just don't know. And the question has come up about Gino Smith and his ability to lead and his leadership in the locker room, and people are questioning this. They actually questioned that before he actually was drafted into the NFL. I don't know about that. I just know that you got to give respect to get respect. And if he was in fact walking around this camp with his chest poked out, I'm Mr. Quarterback of the New York Jets, and this man kept saying give him his money, it might be very simple and a small thing to you in relative terms to the amount of money you got. But to another dude, a grown-ass man, it's the principle of it. Once again, it's the principle of the matter. And I need my money. That's it, man. I need my money. I ain't trying to hear about this. And I heard, once again, you had this tragedy happen to you, man. That's fine and dandy, but I need my money. And if I've said this to you 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and you play me to the left, then chances are I'm probably going to cold cock you. And that's exactly what it sounds like happened to me in this story, man. It's really bad because usually this type of thing doesn't happen in the locker room. We've been talking the last couple of days about these fights in preseason training camps, 2-a-days. The one happened with Cam Newton. The Miami Dolphins were in one. There's been a couple of fights that we've talked about, which is really no big deal. Those things happen all the time in training camps, in the pros, college, high school. They happen all the time. But usually it doesn't spill over into the locker room, but this wasn't anything to do with football. This hadn't had anything to do with what went on the field. This is a personal matter, man. So I want to get your thoughts on that, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Birthdays today. Delaney Walker turns 31, wide receiver, fullback, tight end, kick returner, who entered the NFL in 2006. A guy you probably don't really even know that well. But he signed with the Titans in 2013. And also today, one other birthday, a real slow day on birthdays. The great Sir Mix-a-Lot turns 52 years old today. What's the song he's known for?
So how old was he when he was singing about Baby Got Back?
Baby Got Back. So Baby Got Back was 1992. You know I'm not good with math, Tree. Why you put me on a spot like this? So 1992, 2002, 2012. That's 20 years. And then add 3. So it's 23 years old. So 52 minus 23 is 52. And we're going to get it here in a second. So we can cross out the 5, put a 4 up there on the top, make that 2 into 12. So it's 9 and then 2. So he was 29 years old at the time, Tree. That's not that too bad.
Yeah, okay.
Your calculations were a little bit off. If I did the math correctly.
He just looks old even when he was 29, if you look at the video.
Yeah, so he's 52 years. Right, you're right. He did kind of have an old soul about himself. So Sir Mix-a-Lot, the great Sir Mix-a-Lot, is 52 years old today. So he had Baby Got Back. What was the other track that he had that was kind of popular? He had 2 songs that I remember them playing. I heard one actually in the gym a couple of months ago, and I was like, yeah, this is a pretty hot track. And it was whack as hell. Let's just be honest. So Mix-a-Lot was whack as hell. I mean, you got Vanilla Ice. And then Sir Mix-a-Lot ain't too far behind. But the song was catchy.
But he's getting paid. Nicki Minaj, took his...
Oh, yeah. He getting huge
so
royalty. Right.
The checks are still coming.
Yeah.
Gino could ask him for some money.
Yeah, the checks might still be coming, but that doesn't mean he ain't whack or that song was whack and his whole aura of rap was whack. It worked for him. But, yeah, he's still getting royalty money. I've heard Baby Got Back and not just songs or this new Nicki Minaj song, but I've heard it in soundtracks or movies and whatnot. So it worked. It worked for him. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read more of your chat from Fred Mack. Gino can't talk right now. He'll have to get back to you on that. So that's what it's going to be about all day. From Foul Pay, if Ike really punched him over $600, then that's a lack of respect for Gino in the locker room. I agree. If there was respect for Gino in the locker room, Ike would have never done that because he would have known that every other teammate in the locker room would not have let him walk out of their area. I don't know about that, man. Once again, dudes can differentiate between a personal matter and football, okay? And once again, if Gino had owed this man money and he had made it known that he wants his money back and he kept playing him to the left, then that's personal. That's personal. And, yeah, and I guess it kind of does lead into what I said a little bit earlier about you got to give respect to get respect. If Gino was just straight playing this dude to the left, man, just leave me alone about this money. I'll have my manager give it to you or my agent or whatever. Talk to my business manager. Leave me alone about this, ninja. Chances are you're not even going to be on this team. And I'm going to the extreme here. But you get the point I'm trying to make. Is if dude was playing him to his left, that got nothing to do with football and our status on this team. Yeah, I'm a 6-rounder, and you the starting quarterback for the team or whatever, but I don't give a damn. I need my money. It's my money. Why don't you give me back my money? And I've seen this scenario many, many times in my life, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, played out where you might think that's not that big of a deal. I loan you $50 6 months ago. I'm bringing it down to real world numbers. Their numbers are skewed because they got a ton of it. They got a ton of money. You owe me $50. And, maybe I'm down on my luck and I just lost my job. I need that money. Don't worry about it, man. It's only $50. Why you care about $50? Don't worry about why I care about $50. It's my damn money. Give me my money. When you asked for it, I gave it to you, right? I need my money. And if Gino was playing that man like that, he didn't like it. Clearly he didn't like it because he punched him in the jaw. From Fat Boy McCoon, he says the 5 unluckiest teams in sports. Number 5, the Braves. Number 4, the Hawks. Okay, I see a theme here. Number 3, the Dream. Number 2, the Falcons. And number 1, the Thrashers. That's just wrong, sir. That's just absolutely wrong. From the Kicking It with Kesey, he says, pretty dope. Detroit wide receiver Ryan Broyles has a $3.5 million contract, but he lives only off of $60K a year. Says he studied personal finance in college, so living smart on his money, very interesting. Some can take notes on this. Some can take notes on it. How about the whole damn league? God is my witness. I was a business major in college. My brother was a business major too. But God is my witness. When my brother got drafted, and I had read all the stories. I'm a sports fan, so I had read all the stories and heard all these stories about cats, blowing their money and filing bankruptcy that played a long time in the NBA and the NFL. God is my witness. The week before my brother went to training camp, first year with the Detroit Lions, I took him out, got a couple beers, and I says, man, you do understand how this thing works. This money you're making right now could really last you the rest of your life. This money is temporary. If you spread this out over the next 40 years and invest it, you should be okay. People don't look at it like that from the start. They look at it like this job they got playing football, they're going to have this for the next 30 years. No, it's very, very simple. Spread that money out that you have now over 40 years, and you'll be good. You'll never have to work. You'll never have to worry this, that, and the other. And he listened kind of, sort of. Evidently, he did listen to a degree because he's retired. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, Big ups to that guy, man, Ryan Broyles. All right, when we get back to the break, all I'm going to do is read chat. That's all I'm going to do is read chat. I promise you, all right? And we'll also mention Ray Rice as well. And I'll give you the number 4 snake bit team in sports. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. The Doug Stewart Show. The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show. If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
Bitch better have my money.
Oh, you wrong for this tree. You are wrong for this tree. Bitch better have my money. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to rename today's show, Bitch Better Have My Money. I like that. You see the title of today's episode is your choice, my money or your ass. I think a better offering for the title of today's show is Bitch Better Have My Money. Hold on. Matter of fact,
Bitch better have my money.
I don't care you the quarterback in the damn team. Bitch, you better have my money. And I'm tired of asking you, Gino. I'm tired of asking your ass. Hey, man, before I forget, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, before I forget, I actually saw Fantastic Four last night. And we've been talking about it for the last couple of days where there's been a lot of controversy about the movie, a lot of bad reviews and people saying that it was horrible. And one of the main problems people had with it was the fact that they had a black Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And I read the comic book growing up, so I knew that they were probably going to try to figure out a way to explain that, and they did in the story. If you haven't seen it, it's no big deal to tell you how they explain that. Johnny Storm and Sue Storm were brothers and sisters in the comic book, the original comic book. So people question, how can you have a black Johnny Storm? Well, clearly, their dad, who was one of the scientists in the movie, he allegedly adopted Sue Storm, the white girl, the white chick. She actually played in House of Cards or whatever. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think she's a great actor, as a matter of fact. I can't remember her name right now, but I think she's a great actor. Yes, Tree?
Oh, no, I was agreeing with you that I felt they explained it very well.
Yeah. So, they brought it up to date a little bit, and their dad was black. So, actually, she was adopted. That's the way they made the story run in the movie. But so I told you I was going to go see it yesterday. I went and saw it, and I actually thought the movie was pretty damn good. I did. I thought the movie was pretty damn good. Now, here's the thing, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Here's the thing. It was an origin movie, an origin picture, which means that they're telling the origin and how they became and came to become the Fantastic Four. So the story was exact. I mean, it was perfect. It was a little bit different than how they portrayed it in the comic books. And I even think they had a cartoon back in the day, the Fantastic Four. And, you know, they got hit with these cosmic rays on a spaceship or whatever. But they kind of did it a little bit different. What I thought was cool, the main villain in the Fantastic Four series, Dr. Doom, was in it. They explained that very well. The visual effects and the cinematography I thought was okay. Tree didn't like them as much. But I thought it was good. It was an origin film. And it was cool. It was good. No bad acting really stuck out to me. I just think that the problem is that a lot of people don't follow the Fantastic Four. It hadn't gotten the notoriety as the Avengers and Iron Man and all like that. Now, I'm not saying that it was better than the first Iron Man. That's probably the best superhero movie that I've ever seen in my life. But I thought in relative terms it was good. Like, I've seen some bad superhero movies. The first Hulk was horrible. The first and the only Ghost Rider that I saw with Nicolas Cage was absolutely horrible. That was horrible.
But you don't like him anyway.
Yeah,
so,
maybe I'm biased.
Con Air is my movie, and you hate.
Oh, my gosh. And you're right. And Tree's making the point that I'm just not a Nicolas Cage fan, and that's absolutely true. So maybe I just didn't give Ghost Rider a chance. But Ghost Rider was one of those real popular characters back in the day. I'm giving you a history of comic books. And that movie was, to me, was just so bad. And then they actually had the nerve to come back and do a second one. But that was horrible. So I've seen some bad superhero movies in my day. I actually thought Fantastic Four was pretty decent. On a scale of 1 to 5 afros, 5 being the best, I give it 3.5 afros. Yeah. I get it. And now, they set the stage. Once again, it was an origin movie. So if they ever reappear in an Avengers movie maybe or some other Marvel movie down the road, they can really get loose. I mean, their powers, their attributes are pretty cool. You know, Human Torch, the cat can throw fire and he can fly. It's pretty cool. The Thing, he's like a strong, big rock dude. And so it's pretty good. Maybe they can be expanded and what they do, the depth of the characters can be expanded in the next movie. But for the Fantastic Four, and it's actually a reboot, this is the third reboot, I think, of the characters of the series, I thought it was pretty damn good. Now, stop hating. Damn! You mad because they got a Black Johnny Storm? It's a freaking comic book. All of it's fake. All of it's different. All of it's fantasy. Get real, man. Get real. Man, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read more of this chat. Grego, he says the Jets coach said he dropped him and chuckled. From Miss Mocha Bella, Cleveland Browns, Chicago Cubs. She's talking about top 5 unluckiest teams in sports, franchises in sports is what we're doing today on the Doug Stewart Show. I'll give you number 4 on my list here in a second. Number 5 on my list was the Atlanta Braves. I'll give you number 4 here in a second. Let's see, from John the Company Man, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I made for damn sure that I tuned in today because after hearing the details that are trickling in, and especially after hearing Ryan Clark on the radio on my way to work, this was not the sucker punch. That was not a sucker punch that is being reported. Should he have clenched his fist and walked away? Hindsight, sure. But if you legitimately feel that a ninja owes you money, $1,000, $110, $1, and said ninja tells you you ain't going to do nothing about it, and allegedly puts his finger in your face, 2 sounds. 1, fist hitting ninja. 2, ninja hitting the floor. And I couldn't put it better any other way. I couldn't. And that's exactly right, John the Company Man. There wasn't no sucker punch. The man owed him some money, and he wanted it, and he kept playing him to the left, and so he took matters into his own hand. Now, once again, should he have done it? Probably shouldn't have. It could have been a more professional way he could have done it. It definitely would have been a better way so that he should have found a better way so that he could keep his damn job. But, yeah, I get it.
How about if there was a woman in the locker room, that would have not really happened, because we bring that different touch. I mean, this is why we need to be in those locker rooms. We need to be in those locker rooms like the lady at 112 in the bathroom trying to put lotion on your hand. If a woman would have been in there, we could have stopped this.
Tree. Me and the studio audience has this response to that. Boo! Boo!
We're more reasonable. We would
So
have.
your point is, if a woman was in the locker room, a reporter or something like that, or
no,
a trainer,
coach.
a woman coach. Oh my gosh, Tree.
Don't try to downplay it.
Oh my gosh. No, that's actually not going to happen, Tree. That's not the case. A woman coach is not going to stop a fight from happening with these circumstances. I'm sorry.
We're reasonable. It's like when your kids are fighting.
Yeah, okay, Tree. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Coming in at number 4 on my list of top 5 snake bit / unluckiest sports franchises in America is the Cleveland Browns. Yes, it is. I mean, I should have been on Periscope right now because I got 2 thumbs down. The Cleveland Browns absolutely suck. And everything that can go wrong has gone wrong or gone bad for the Cleveland Browns. I think were the Browns involved? No, I don't think the Browns were involved in Music City Miracle. I'm going to look at that. It was either the Browns or the Bills. I think it was the Bills. But the Browns, you know about their reputation. They haven't been nothing, for a very long time. Probably since the days of Jim Brown. You're talking about 50 years, 40-something, 50 years almost, that the Browns have just been bad. You can go back to Art Modell moving the team out of Cleveland and taking them to, was it Indianapolis or Baltimore? I always confuse them. To Baltimore, I think. Then you can talk about the drive with John Elway. You can talk about Ernest Biner and the fumble. You can just talk about the fact that they suck. They've had so many quarterbacks come through there and just amount to nothing. Johnny Manziel, a lot of people felt like Johnny Manziel is going to be a good quarterback and take that team into a new direction. And because he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, he's actually sucking wind right now. Which word on the street is that he's actually looking pretty decent in camp. So he still has time to turn this thing around. The Browns have just been synonymous with bad. There's just no other way to say it. So, unlucky, you draft, who was the quarterback, and I should have wrote down his name or remembered his name. The quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats that the Browns drafted first. Had a lot of expectations thrust upon him, and he was absolutely horrible as well. So, I'll get that name for you. But the Browns have just been bad for a long, long time and have had a lot of crazy things. I know, studio audience, they've just been horrible. So they've had a lot of things just go against them, man, and it just seems like it's just always the same old damn Browns. So they come in at number 4 on my list of top 5 unluckiest sports franchises of all time, shorty. Yes, sir. Ooh. Man, just to break up all of this Gino talk and this bad stuff, man, I'm probably going to sing a song that's going to make you smile and make you feel good. The content of the song that I'm thinking about right now is kind of deep. I'm not going to say it's a bad song or anything, but I just heard this on the radio yesterday, and I says, man, you know what? The Stewies would really appreciate me singing that. Yes, they would. So stay tuned. More of your chat. More of the top 5 unluckiest sports teams in America. And I'm probably going to sing, baby. Don't go anywhere. This is The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
Hour number 2, baby! Yes, sir! Welcome back to the realest, trillest sports and guy talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. I promise you ain't nobody else in media having this conversation about Gino Smith. Pay that man his money, man. You wouldn't have no problems. Now, I will say this. They're both wrong. And at the end of the day, the dude IK is really wrong, man. I know if he had this to do all over again, he wouldn't. But sometimes emotions get caught up and dude isn't thinking straight. And once again, I know I've been there before where a cat is like really dismissing you. And it really goes to your core. It really goes to your core. If you a dude, if you a man, there's man laws. We talked about this. We had a whole show on man laws. And a dude just keep playing you like you some kind of clown. It really hurts, man. And I think that if IK had to do it all over again, he definitely wouldn't hit the guy because he lost his damn job. And I think the minimum salary in the NFL is like $600K. But, hey, sometimes these things happen, man. Hey, man, if you live in Atlanta, Georgia, if you live in Metro Atlanta, you know that this city is fantastic, man. It's fantastic, but we do have a slight issue with crime. I mean, some people would say we have a huge issue with crime. I'm here to tell you about Strickland Security. It's an Atlanta-based security company, and whether you need an alarm system installed in your home or business or your current system needs to be repaired, Strickland Security is the solution. That's right. They've been in business with a combined amount of years of 55. They've done it all in the business, Strickland Security. So if you have crime issues or concerns in your neighborhood, you need to call the experts, and that's Strickland Security. Invite these guys to your next neighborhood watch or homeowners association meeting and let them tell you about all of their security services. One more thing. Go to their website to see their new mobile solutions. They have developed a smartphone app specifically for neighborhood crime and safety notifications. Once again, that's StricklandSecurity.com. You got your pencil? And grab your pencil, man. Take a second. If you live here in Metro Atlanta, I'm going to give you a second to grab your pencil. All right, you got it? StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com. Or give them a call at 800-422-9075. Once again, that's 800-422-9075. And tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're talking about top 5 unluckiest franchises in sports, all tied into this this Gino Smith story and the fact that the Jets are just unlucky. I mean, golly, a new season, your season is already behind the 8 ball before it even starts. And that's the New York Jets. Seems like they're always unlucky, and nothing can't go right for the Jets. Can't kill nothing, nothing won't die, as they say in the country. And so I'm talking about my top 5 unluckiest sports franchises in history. Number 5 on my list was the Atlanta Braves. Number 4, the Cleveland Browns. I'll tell you who number 3 is here in a second, but let me read more of your chat. Thank you so much for the chat. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. From Rel Scott, he says top 5 unluckiest. Number 5, the Cubs. Number 4, the Clippers. Number 3, the Browns. Number 2, the Jets. And number 1, the New York Knicks. My list is totally different than everybody I'm seeing posting in the chat room. From that ninja, why are we speculating? He sucker punched him, and we going to kill Gino because white America is doing it. What? First of all, he didn't sucker punch him, ninja. Any white boy quarterback that gets his jaw broke by a teammate and the linebacker is getting a pass. Long as we are speculating, why not talk about the hockey rapist or Jared? I hear what you're saying, Ninja, but this is the biggest story in the country. I hear what you're saying, brother, but nobody is really checking on hockey like that, I think. I think that's why those stories aren't getting the conversation that a football story is getting. I definitely understand what you're saying, man, but, bruh, this is what America's talking about. You walk into any barbershop in the country right now, Ninja, and that's what they're talking about. This is football. This is the New York Jets. This is Gino Smith, one of the a quarterback, first of all, and a name that we've been talking about for the last couple of years. It's going to be all right, bro. It's going to be okay. From Fred Mack, I like what Willie McGinnis said. You got to do your homework before you go putting a finger in folks' face. Yes! And this goes back to the point I was making earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You got to know your audience. Okay, you got to know the cat you're dealing with. And this guy, IK, he had been in some trouble before in college. He had actually swung and hit a police officer. So there were these questions out there about him and his character. And he's the type of dude that's got a short fuse. Okay? And, clearly you kind of get the vibe. Maybe dudes have a reputation when they're in the locker room. And once again, I blame him for not knowing his audience. That this is the type of dude he need to pay his money back. And not only that, if he didn't pay his money back, he shouldn't let the dude just walk up on him like that. His immediate response should have been like, listen, man, extend his hand forward and say to him, listen, I'm going to need you to give me some space, man, because I heard about you. And you keep asking me about this money, and obviously you're serious about it. I didn't realize you were serious. I thought you were just joking, but I'm going to need a couple feet of space first of all. And if dude continues to walk into that space, then you have to go on the offensive. I've always been taught, if you know it's going to be a fight, if you know dude's got an intention of swinging on you, you might as well go ahead and get off the first punch. You might as well. And if Gino would have got up the first punch, I don't think anybody would have been mad. He would have had witnesses. Yeah, IK was stressing him about that money. And he was stressing him. And so Gino had to do what he had to do. I don't think anybody would have been mad. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But that's not the case. He fell for the old banana in the tailpipe. The old, I want to just talk to you a little bit more. He fell for the old banana in the tailpipe. Or the cat just walked up to him, got to his space, and was able to get off a clean shot. I mean, a very clean shot. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, you broke a man's jaw in 2 places. Damn. Gino Smith's new name is Glass Joe. Remember Glass Joe from the Mike Tyson Punch-Out game? I mean, the man's jaw shattered. And I'm kind of making light of it, but it's really not a funny situation. But damn. Andre Elam. He should have known not to play with IK. Hell, he tried at cop when he was in college. Yeah, the cop was under or off duty, the way the story reads, and he got into a fight and decked the cop from J-Rob. There are 2 sports movies that will be made, DeAndre Jordan, Clippers in Dallas. The Clippers in Jordan's house playing cards and all while taking him back from Dallas while Mark Cuban is in his driveway. And the second one is Gino getting knocked out. There ain't nobody making no damn movie about Gino Smith. After today and tomorrow, man, we'll probably never talk about Gino Smith again, not until he comes back off of IR. And it's really sad for Gino, too, looking from the perspective of IK and him not getting the job or getting released from the team and really in jeopardy of getting another job in the NFL now because of his reputation. It's really sad for Gino, too, because he's put himself, once again, behind the 8 ball. Gino's got some proving to do as far as a quarterback in the NFL. He's got a lot of proving to do, man, and he had the opportunity to do that. He had a clean slate, a new coach, and I know he was looking forward to starting the season. Now, this ninja might not be back till week 10. Or maybe not week 10, week 6. They're saying he's going to be gone for 10 weeks. Or he's just going to be out for 10 weeks. So we're talking about 6 weeks if you factor in preseason, maybe week 6 or week 7 if he is going to be injured for 10 weeks before he gets back on the field, man. So it's really just bad for everybody involved, man. This is it. This is Gino's hot seat year. If he doesn't get it done to and show that he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL this year, then he'll forever be, at best, a backup in the league, man. 404-382-0338 from Dobby. Gino wish he just pony up to 600. He wouldn't have his damn jaw wired shut. Oh, boy, wish he would have got paid. He would still have a career. Yeah, this is really tragic from all angles. I know Gino right now, wired shut for 6 to 10 weeks? That's absolutely horrible. I've actually got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and they're doing some tests on me or whatever, and I'll tell you more about it on Friday. Tomorrow we're doing a best of show. And, I'm not supposed to eat solid foods all day. I have never gone an entire day in my life without eating food. This man got to go 6 to 10 weeks with drinking milkshakes. And all he had to do was pay the man his damn little money. Can you imagine how stupid Gino Smith feels today? How bad he feels knowing he's got to go 6 to 10 weeks drinking milkshakes? And also, can you feel and imagine how bad IK feels today knowing that he lost a job in the NFL? Now, they're saying, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, they're saying that it was a 50-50 chance of whether dude even made the team or not, but that's neither here nor there. Now it's a 100% chance he ain't going to make the team. Oh, man, just a horrible, tragic story all the way around. Gino! And people are questioning him and his leadership ability. This kind of brings into play his character. The man clearly, the first time maybe you could misjudge and say, dude just playing around. He know he's good, that I'm good for it. He know I'll give it to him. But if dude approaches you that second time about that money, you instantly got to drop what you're doing and go to an ATM and get this man his money because he's serious, clearly. And so that kind of talks about the character of Gino, man. It does. And once again, we're all speculating at this point, but from all indications, from everybody that's talking about it, from sources, quote-unquote sources, this is the case. The man kept asking for his money, and Gino kept pushing him to the side, playing him to the left, in fact. And a lot of dudes ain't trying to hear that, man. Some of us will take it longer than others. And some dudes, man, they ain't trying to hear nothing. No matter for $600, no matter if we play in the NFL or not, it's really the principle of the matter. It is. I need my damn money. And I hate that, man. A dude owed me $500 right now. And the only reason this man hadn't paid me, one, is because we grown. And when I gave him the money and he started playing me to the left, I kind of had a real important job making a lot of money. I'm doing the un-IK thing. The only reason I didn't step the dude with physical force is because I knew that if I did, I would have went to jail and I would have lost my job. Probably what IK should have done, but I don't have that job anymore. And so the next time I see dude, I need to get that money. And if they're listening to the show and they know who they are, they need to get me my money because I need it. The times are different. I had a real nice cushy job making what I would consider a lot of money. Times have changed. I need that money back. I need it. And I'm laughing, but I'm serious as hell. Next time I see this dude, man, there's probably going to be a problem. And if y'all hear about me getting arrested or whatever, I'm giving you forewarning. That's what it's about. And I'm going to see this dude at homecoming. And I need my money. Don't go away. When I get back, I'm going to sing for y'all. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sing. I need to make sure and formulate it right in my mind. Y'all going to love this. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Yeah. All right, I need you to put your lighters in the air and move them from side to side. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. Yes, sir. I never meant to cause you any pain. No, I didn't. Hell no, I didn't. I only wanted to see you one time laughing. I only wanted to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Woo! Yes, sir. Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, sir. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, man. I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Hey, hey. Baby, I can never steal you from another. No, I couldn't. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, sir. Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, sir. Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, Lord. The purple rain. Honey, I know times are changing. Woo! I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. And that means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it and let me guide you to. Let me guide you to, yeah. Do the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, Lord. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, sir. Crescendo. I only want to see you only in the purple rain. Ow! Yeah! Woo! Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Lord have mercy. Welcome back once again to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, my gosh. My gosh. For some reason, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome, Stewies. You're locked and loaded into the Doug Stewart Show. For some reason, Tree has a look on her face like she just ate a half a bag of onions. And I don't know why. Tree, are you constipated? What's going on with you? Never mind. Forget that question. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. I know. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow. I know that you're just emotional right now from that rendition of Prince's Purple Rain. Credit to Prince Purple Rain for writing the song. Credit to me for taking it to an even newer, bigger, higher level. You're welcome, Stewies. Thank you. Oh, man, look at all this chat. Oh, boy, look at all of this chat. So we've been talking about, let's get back to the business here. I'll read some of your chat a little bit later from with some of your thoughts and commentary about that rendition of The Great Purple Rain. I mean, I really, really feel emotional whenever I sing that. And I've been kind of going over it in my head for the last couple of days. I heard it on the radio, and so there goes the finished product, man, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know you did. Matter of fact, there's no hope about it. I know you did. You're welcome. You're welcome, Stewies. Yes, sir. That boy's talented. Maybe we'll replay it for you, too, at some point in the show. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to talk about the Cleemson Tigers. And we'll also talk about the Cleveland Browns on our preseason football reports on the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, where else are you going to get this? Where else in America is a ninja going to keep it real on Gino Smith getting his ass decked in the locker room? Sports, guy talk, read your chat, give you a top 5, and sing for you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So number 5 on my list of, let me do this quickly before I get back into the chat, and thank you for all of the chat. Number 5 on my list of top 5 unluckiest sports franchises. Number 5 on my list was I can't even read my own damn writing, the Atlanta Braves. Number 4 on my list was the Cleveland Browns. Coming in at number 3 on my list of top 5 unluckiest sports franchises of all times is the Buffalo Bills. Yes, sir. And I did look it up. The Buffalo Bills were actually the team that were the losing end of the Music City Miracle with the Tennessee Titans. They hold the National Football League record for teams, for a team's futility. They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. They got to 4 Super Bowls, and I know a lot of people say, well, hell, they got to the damn Super Bowls. They have had some success, but they got to them and lose. And it's almost like that thing you throw out there, that saying, is it better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all? Would you rather go to 4 Super Bowls and lose all 4 of them, or would you rather not just go at all? And that's kind of the thing with the Buffalo Bills. They have been putrid since their great run of Jim Kelly and the K-Gun and Thurman Thomas and those guys back in the 90s, the early 90s. They have been bad ever since. Marv Levy has gone home to glory. And even before the great run of the early 90s of the Buffalo Bills, when they had the great O.J. Simpson, my favorite football player of all time, one of the most exciting, exhilarating players of all time, the first person to rush over 2,000 yards. Even though they had O.J. Simpson, the Bills back then, even back then they sucked. And they've gone through a quarterback after quarterback. Emmanuel looks like he's not going to be the fit. He's not going to be the guy they thought he was when they drafted him out of Florida State. And so they're just bad. They're just spinning their wheels. They're just bad. So for that, the Buffalo Bills coming in number 3 on my list of top 5 unluckiest sports franchises of all times. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to go to break right now, a little bit early. So when we get back, all I'm going to do is read your chat, and I'm also going to talk briefly about the Cleemson Tigers and about the Cleveland Browns for our preseason NFL reports. I got to read some of this chat, man, and y'all thoughts on Purple Rain. Yes, sir. Got to do that. Thank you. I mean, it's almost too much to even handle. Wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, Lord. Boy, this is fantastic. Oh, these cats love me. They absolutely love me. Should I even keep doing this? Maybe I should just say. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from, that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
I mean, these listeners are so blessed to listen to me.
It's all good, baby.
To listen to me sing.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Oh, we're back?
Salt and Pepper and Heavy D.
Oh, we're back. Okay, welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Wild Out Wednesday, and I think you heard me. I thought we were off air still, but I mean, what I was saying wasn't too inflammatory. I was just saying how blessed y'all are to hear me sing on the Doug Stewart Show. And I appreciate you listening and passing the word and telling people about the show. I really do appreciate that. But you're also fortunate that you are able to listen to me sing, man. So it's a two-way street here on the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining me. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me tell you a little bit about Math Equals Money. That's right, Math Equals Money. Are you ready to begin maximizing your financial potential? Grab a pencil, too. I need you to grab a pencil. If you are ready to start maximizing your financial potential, visit mathequalsmoney.com. That's mathequalsmoney.com for assistance with multiplying your money. Currently on sale for the low price of just $15.99, purchase the M3, which stands for Multiple Money Manual, which will pay for itself in less than a month and begin growing your money. No gimmicks, just practical information on your fingertips, waiting to be put to use. So, while you're on the website, take advantage of the information-packed ebook of the same name titled Math Equals Money for only $4.99. This book will help you conquer your fear of math and begin to utilize math to your advantage. Not only is mathequalsmoney.com the home of the M3 and the ebook Math Equals Money, but it's also the home of the most affordable quality mathematical tutoring delivered in real-world context, which helps to make math not only understandable, but fun to learn at the same time. Additionally, mathequalsmoney.com has free math secrets that will help to take the stress away from math, as well as free articles designed to motivate and stimulate thought. What are you waiting for? Visit mathequalsmoney.com now. Once again, that's mathequalsmoney.com. Yeah. And you know about math, man. The U.S. is kind of like last in the world in math. And I know both my daughters, I had to get math tutors for them when they were younger, and really, really helped them out. Both do well, very well right now in math. So, yes, definitely check out mathequalsmoney.com. All right, let's talk a little bit of football, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. First off, let's talk a little bit about the Cleemson Tigers. Last year, a 9-3 record. As they lose 3 games, they lose to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets late in the season, really in convincing fashion for Georgia Tech. They also lose to FSU early in the season in overtime. And then they lost to the Georgia Bulldogs at the start of the season as well, 45-21. Dabo Swinney is back as head coach of the Cleemson Tigers, really having a great run as head coach of the team in relative terms to when Tommy Bowden, or was it Bobby Bowden? Not Bobby, it was Tommy. Yeah, I believe it was Tommy Bowden. Those Bowden boys was the coach there a couple of years ago. So Dabo's been having a great coaching tenure. 10-3 last year. I said 9-3. Actually, 10-3 last year for the Cleemson Tigers. This year, expectations are high once again. They actually have some interesting on-the-road or out-of-conference games where they take on Georgia, which they've been doing that for a couple of years. They take on Georgia, and they also take on the Oklahoma Sooners at the end of the year as well. So the Clemson Tigers are primed to have another great year in the ACC. They're actually favored to win the Coastal Division once again, the Atlantic Coastal Division in the ACC. So that's good stuff for the Clemson Tigers. And really, their whole season kind of hinges on the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, who absolutely has looked fantastic when he's been in there. But, he sustained the knee injury last year and missed the rest of the season. So word on the street is that his health is 100%. He is ready to go, looks good in camp. And so we'll see what the Clemson Tigers do this year. Once again, they are favored to win the Coastal Division, followed by Florida State. Hopefully, I'm a Clemson fan. I'm a South Carolina fan in general. I'm born in the state of South Carolina. I always root for Clemson and Carolina if they aren't playing against each other. And if they are playing against each other, I guess I tend to root a little bit more for Carolina because of the proximity of Columbia. But I root for Clemson outside of that. And so hopefully they can get back on the right track, man. And it's been a long, long time, since 1981 since Clemson has won a national championship. And I don't think they're pegged or people are thinking they're going to win a national championship. In different polls, I've seen them rank between 13th and 16th. So hopefully a good year. Hopefully they can shock some people. Hopefully Deshaun Watson is healthy for the Clemson Tigers, and they can shock some people this year on the gridiron. All right? How about a little Cleveland Brown talk? And we rarely talk Cleveland Browns on this show. One interesting thing about Cleveland, just before I even get into the conversation about them and their record in last year and this year, word on the street is that the Browns have kind of floated out the idea of them signing Ray Rice. Actually, is obviously, there's a little bit of discomfort with the running backs right now. There was a story that came out from the position coach and talking about Isaiah Crowell and the West kid that were pretty productive last year, and the fact that they just don't look good in training camp. So there's some talk out there. I actually think they floated it out there to see the public reaction about bringing in Ray Rice. So look for that to happen, because I don't think there's been that much uproar for the fact that Cleveland actually has talked about that. So I think Ray Rice is going to get a shot to see what he can do for the Cleveland Browns. So keep your eyes and ears on that. The Cleveland Browns, man, last year, once again, a tough year. Many tough years for the Cleveland Browns. Thus, they were one of the top 5 unluckiest franchises on my list today of top 5 unlucky teams in sports. So the Cleveland Browns falls right into that once again. A little bit better. I think you saw some signs of life last year. They actually won 7 games, 7-9 last year. Had some good things happen. Brian Hoyer is no longer there, though. They do bring in Dwayne Bowe from Kansas City as a unrestricted free agent. They also signed Randy Starks. They also have lost Jordan Cameron, the tight end, as well. And as I mentioned, Brian Hoyer is no longer the quarterback. So what are the Cleveland Browns going to do? They bring in McNown, who's probably going to be the starting quarterback. But at the same time, and the questions when you talk about, yes, you do have McNown. You brought him in to start because you aren't secure or sure about Johnny Manziel, but you do bring in Josh McCown, and you still have Johnny Manziel. Once again, I said it earlier in today's show, word on the street is that Johnny Manziel looks like an NFL quarterback, that he's starting to come around, and all the things off the field, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, have seemed to kind of settle down. He checked himself into a rehab facility for a large part of the summer, so there's still hope for Johnny Manziel, and I hope to hell that he can come back and play that quarterback position at a high level, because I'm a guy that went out on a limb. I had total faith and felt and believed that Johnny Manziel could be a good quarterback, a very good quarterback in the NFL. So that's the main question. Can Johnny Manziel be that guy that they thought they were drafting out of college, out of Texas A&M? Another question is about the running backs. To talk about Terrence West and Isaiah Crowell, former Georgia product, and what they're doing at the running back position. Do they bring in Ray Rice? And one other little interesting topic about the Cleveland Browns is, Terrell Pryor. They signed him to play wide receiver. From all indications, he's looking good in camp as well, catching balls. So a couple little interesting tidbits about the Cleveland Browns. They're probably going to be one of the worst teams, once again, in their division, which is, one of the tougher divisions in football. And you're talking about the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, they're the Cleveland Browns. That's why they're on my list of top 5 worst, unluckiest franchises in sports history. And so there you have it, a little conversation about the Cleveland Browns and the Cleemson Tigers. And it is pronounced Clemson. The S kind of sounds like a Z. Clemson. That's the way they say it. Yes, sir. Man, we got a lot of people texting and talking about, the rendition I gave a little bit earlier of Prince's Purple Rain, man. I'll read more of your chat here in a second. I'll also take your phone calls at 404-382-0338. Wow. I'm reading all of this love. Man. I mean, the average Jew just can't pull off Purple Rain. And I did that. I absolutely did that. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug, I want to touch on this here Gino situation, man. This is the Chief Rock of Jersey.
What's up, Vern? Right. What up, Vern from Jersey? How you doing, Vern from Jersey?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you, man?
I'm good, Vern.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, right, it ain't like Gino got $600 put in his hand. This guy brought a ticket and, made some arrangements for him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand $600, but come on now.
You wasn't making no sense, Vern. You were rambling, so I had to put you out of your misery. Turn your ass around. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, I apologize for that. There's this guy. I mean, he's really a freaking menace to society. He's a menace to this show named Vern from Jersey. And sometimes he calls up here and acts like he wants to talk sports, but then he just wants to try to be rude to me on my own damn show. And I ain't having it. I'm like IK and Panati. I don't play that. So what I had to do is put some lead in his ass. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. All I'm going to do when we get back is read some of this delightful chat and your commentary and your thoughts on my singing today, man. Any other Gino Smith talk as well? That's really all we did today. Talk about Gino Smith and this situation. Some real world talk, Bottom line, the moral of the story is you don't know who you're dealing with a lot of times, man. And it might not be a lot of money to you, but it might be a hell of a lot of money to me. All right? It might be a lot of money to me. All right, when we get back from the break, all I'm going to do is read chat, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster, Doug, I see why you got kicked out of the Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing. Okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Man, I absolutely love technology. We're able to replay a song that I sung earlier, man. Y'all check this out. Oh, listen. And I need you to put your lighters in the air and move them from side to side. Man, do you hear the burden in my voice? Listen, keep listening. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. That boy is talented. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. Oh, boy! Yes, sir. Yes! I never meant to cause you any pain. Man, that boy is so talented. No, I didn't. Hell no, I didn't.
Enough.
I only wanted to see you one time laughing.
If anybody was confused.
Whatever, Tree. I only wanted to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain. Purple rain. Yes, Lord. Woo! That boy is bad. Purple rain. Purple rain. That boy is bad. All right, man. I got to read all of this chat, man, and all these thoughts about my singing today. Oh, y'all want to hear one more verse? Okay, hold on. We'll let you hear one more verse. I'm getting thumbs up from Waterhead and I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. Listen. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. Yes, sir. All right. I'm sorry. All right. No, I know y'all want to talk sports before we get out of here. A lot of you want to hear me sing, though. But I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Let me go ahead and grab a call before I give you my final two teams on my top 5 unluckiest teams in sports history of all time. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Yeah, we got a caller. Somebody surely wants to talk about that Purple Rain rendition. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what do you want to talk about?
Man, this is Chico the Alpha. 06 to the good brothers. What's up, man?
Chico the Alpha. How you doing, brother?
Man, I can't call it, man. I can't call it. Listen. I'm not going to take a long time like People Hunt still. You know, he stays with this for like 5 hours. So listen.
Right.
All I want to say is that I want to give my appreciation for that rendition. You hear me? I had to pull the car over and put my lighter in the air, and it's daytime out here.
Yes, you did.
I appreciate that.
Yes, you did.
Thank you so much.
That man, hold on a second, Chico. That man said he had to pull over to the side of the road, and even though it's bright as hell outside, he took his lighter and put it up in the air and went from side to side. because of that rendition of Purple Rain.
Yes.
Chico, I appreciate it.
People thought I was having an issue, but no, I was just listening to the blissful sounds of Dougie. But I do have one thing to ask you, though, Dougie.
Okay.
As I've basically made myself the self-proclaimed president of the Dougie Blissful Sound.
Right.
I just have to ask you, sir.
Uh-huh.
Please give Vern a chance to call back and say what he had to say. Now, if he starts talking trash, you put a whole clip in his ass. But the man was talking about broken jaw, punk ass Gino, and I really want to hear what he had to say.
Okay.
Can you please do that for me?
Okay, Chico. I'll do that. But thank you for the call, Chico, man. I really do appreciate it.
My man.
Yeah, there
Take
he
it
is.
easy, bro.
There he is. I mean, that man knows music. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If we got a chance, if Vern calls back up here, maybe we'll let him talk a little bit about whatever the hell he wanted to talk about. We'll see if we have enough time. But quickly, let me go ahead and give you my final two entrants in the top 5 unluckiest team/franchises of all times. Number 5 on my list was the Atlanta Braves. Number 4 was the Cleveland Browns. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Crazy, all 3 of them start with the letter B. Coming in at number 2 on my list, and even though they're an expansion team, they've only been around, for probably, 20, 25 years, short in relative terms. Number 2 on my list is the Orlando Magic. I mean, how unlucky can you be? How and it's crazy, they're in the same town as the Magic Kingdom. You would think they'd have some good luck. But how unlucky could you be to have 2 of the best big men, quote, unquote, big men in basketball history to be drafted into the league, onto your team, and both of them leave because they're trying to go to a bigger market? I mean, that's unbelievable. And talking about Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard. Both of these guys actually took the Magic to a championship series. Both of them got destroyed in said championship series, though. But they both ultimately left the franchise high and dry. So the Orlando Magic comes in at number 2 on my list. And coming in at number 1 on my list of top 5 unluckiest sports franchises of all times is the Portland Trail Blazers. Not only did they draft Sam Bowie before Michael Jordan, they also had a rash of players on their team for many, many years in which the sports public referred to them as the Jail Blazers. Not only that, but then they followed that up by drafting Greg Oden out of college, out of Ohio State. You know the history on that. Back to the Sam Bowie thing. Chronic knee injuries throughout his career. And then you can even bring it up to today's date with the present-day Portland Trail Blazers. The absolute worst thing has gone down for them. They've lost every single player off their starting lineup. Every single one. Every single one except for the starting point guard. But everybody else is gone and taking free agent deals other places. So it's the same old Portland Trail Blazers. They actually did make it to a finals one time. Got blown out. Back during the Michael Jordan era by the Chicago Bulls. But, they had a couple of solid years. But they've just had bad luck after bad luck after bad luck happen to them there in the city of Portland. So there you have it, the top 5 unluckiest sports teams of all times, all on the heels of Gino Smith and the unlucky New York Jets. Number 5 was the Braves. Number 4 was the Browns. Number 3, the Bills. Number 2, the Magic. And number 1, the Portland Trail Blazers. Let me go ahead and read some of this music chat, man. I got to do this, man. Thank you so much, people commenting on my singing a little bit earlier today. I really do appreciate that. From Chef Ivan the Great, he says, we don't want to read that one. He's talking about a song called Acid Rain. I sung Purple Rain, not Acid Rain, so I don't know what you're talking about, sir. From Gary Joyner, he says, I felt the pain in that song, Doug. Yes, you did. You felt the pain and the sorrow and the burden. Just like Prince. I could have been a stand-in for Prince and Purple Rain in the movie. From John, the company man, he says, oh, hell yeah. It's been a long time for real. So Doug really does sing on the show now. Yes, man, where you been at? Where you been at? I do sing on the show. Brian Hill Says, Purple Rain, got to get my light up now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, thank you. Thank y'all. From Togo, Uganda, he says, everything about purple is good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From Scotty, he says, Doug will break that record, that chat record, when he blesses us with song. And what do we got? Wow, 1,700 posts in the Spreaker chat. Praise God. Yes! Chico the Alpha, who subsequently called into the show. He says, Purple Rain. Yes, sir. Scotty says, I'd rather hear Doug sing another Prince song than Purple Rain. Even though I like your rendition of Purple Rain, Doug, it was fantastic, but I'd rather hear you sing Under the Cherry Moon or something like that. Man, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Nino the Rhino. Or Scotty. That was from Scotty. Thank you. From Nino the Rhino, says, good job, Doug. You sound like a young Bobby Womack. Wow. I mean, thank you. What can I say? What can I say? Oh. Man said I was a young Bobby Womack. From Dollars and Cents, he says Gino Smith would do, we don't want to read that one, Sluggo, sounding like the David Chappelle. We don't want to read that one either. Foul pay. He says, rest in peace to another. No, we don't. From Vince Wright, he says, I will give Doug $600 to sing another Prince song. Thank you, Vince Wright. Wow. Oh, I see. He's tying it into the Gino Smith story. $600, you get it? That man says, I will give Doug $600 to sing again. Wow. That's impressive. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He's about to wrap up the show here in a second. From Run CNC. He says, what the hell is this? Who got 600 apples so that we can hear Doug sing another song? One song isn't enough. What the hell is this? That's from Run CNC. Thank you, Run CNC. Wow. I'm honored. I'm honored. Your singing, from Scotty, he says, your singing is causing joy and exultation. Wow. Couldn't even read that word. Thank you, Scotty. Scotty says, sing, Doug, sing. From Vince Wright, he says, give this ninja a bigger microphone. Thank you, Vince Wright. Wow. I mean, all right, I'm done. I'm going to stop singing all these songs, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Hey, I do this for you, man. I do this for you. I numb you. I numb you. To quote the great Buckwheat, I numb you. I numb you. Yes, sir. Oh, man. I live for shows like today, man. We did a top 5. I sung. I gave you some real perspective on Gino Smith. Hey, what more could you ask for in a sports and guy talk show? Yes, sir. Sorry, if we couldn't grab your call. I tried to get you in, Vern. Call back tomorrow. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to the Tree of Life, the producer to the show. Thank you, Tree. Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers for the show. Thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate it. Hey, man. I really do appreciate it, man. I mean, seriously, on a serious tip, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting the Doug Stewart Show, man. A couple of ways that you can support the show. One, you can contract us to do an ad for you on Fiverr.com, starting at $5, the Doug Stewart Show on Fiverr.com. Also, you can donate $20 or more to the Doug Stewart Show, and we'll send you your very own T-shirt, first run edition. That's the DougStewartShow.com. Click on the donate button, and if you donate $20 or more, we'll send you a T-shirt. Thank you for the support. The weekend of September 26th, we're going to do it real big. We're going to celebrate 1 year. Oh, boy. I mean, gray sky's going to clear up. And maybe I'll sing for you. Yes, Lord. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.